Good morning, slaves. Welcome back. We've got Wolfman here. I wouldn't be a vlogger if I didn't put the Wolfman who's visiting from Arizona.
Arizona. Took the red eye in. Flight was supposed to be 4 o'clock. Then they moved it to midnight, and we finally took off at about 1:30 this morning, Arizona time. So I got in, came straight down here to meet up with coffee.
Okay. Now, here's the deal, folks. For you new Tea Party, conservative folk, Wolfman here was the guy that lit the match on the floor that started, let's just say, the Tea Party movement. Rick Santelli, if you look this up online, you'll see. I might even cut a clip into this.
How about we all... President Obama, are you listening? How about we all stop paying our mortgage? It's a moral hazard.
This is like mob rule here. I'm getting scared. I'm glad I'm...
He came over, the thing goes, what did you say exactly? Why don't we reenact exactly what you said that day to Rick Santelli as you leaned out of the pit? You were trading the what, Eurodollar?
30-day Fed Fund futures, which is the rate that the banks are moving. It's the FOMC rate. So at the end of the day, Rick was starting his rant, and I looked over at him. I said, we should all stop paying our mortgages. It's a moral hazard, meaning that if you would let some people off the hook for paying their mortgages with no repercussions, that meant there was going to be a systemic unintended consequences where other people who could pay for their mortgages would just decide to not pay their mortgages and get off the hook as well.
And fast forward, let's do a spin. Fast forward 7 years, 8 or more. Is it 8?
It was in 2009.
Okay, so fast forward whatever. And we have what we have today, a bunch of angry, pissed off folk.
Absolutely. And we did see that happen, where people that could afford to pay their mortgages decided to not pay them and, got off the hook.
Do you remember the day that we went out and we trolled the Occupy Wall Street folk across the street? They were down across the street in front of the Bank of America building, and I think we trolled them with low interest rates because they had no clue what low interest rates were all about.
That was pretty interesting. Some of those kids had nicer clothes on than I did that day. So
I thought you were going to say they were clueless, because they still are.
Well, they were clueless, and they were
still are.
A lot of trust fund kids were hanging out over there at Occupy Wall Street, which is a bit bizarre.
Except for the Hare Krishnas. I should find that clip. I found some Hare Krishnas here. And now Wes is in town as well. Wes?
Yes, sir. Hello, folks.
With his GoPro from...
GoPros and Band-Aids and suits and all sorts of
I'm
accoutrements.
taking those Band-Aids to Japan with me.
Yes, they are going on the adventure.
Yes,
a
right.
coffee adventure around the world.
Okay, so I wouldn't be vlogging if I didn't introduce you to my friends that I'm hanging with at Ceres today. I think this is getting a little bit long, but we're gonna clip some stuff in. Thanks for coming down, Wolfman.
Thanks, Coffee. Good to see you guys.
Rock on.
Why don't you put up a website to have people vote on the internet as a referendum to see if we really want to subsidize the losers' mortgages, or would we like to at least buy cars and buy houses in foreclosure and give them to people that might have a chance to actually prosper down the road, and reward people that could carry the water instead of drink the water?
Hey, Rick,
that's a novel idea.
Hey, Rick, did you?
What? Who thought of that?
Yeah, they're like putty. They're like putty in your hands. Did you hear?
No, they're not, Joe. They're not like putty in our hands. This is America. How many of you people want to pay for your neighbor's mortgage that has an extra bathroom and can't pay their bills? Raise their hand. How about we all... President Obama, are you listening? How about we all stop paying our mortgage? It's a moral hazard.
This is like mob rule here. I'm getting scared. I'm glad I'm.
Why don't you guys
Don't get scared,
some
Joe.
bricks and
They're
bats?
already scaring you. Cuba used to have mansions and a relatively decent economy. They moved from the individual to the collective. Now they're driving 54 Chevys. Maybe the last great car to come out of Detroit.